Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Any second now. Any second now. Any minute now. Come on. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. 21, 22. Now let's get the music in there. Let's see what it's like. Any second now. Okay, this is me testing my voice with the music. Any second now. And waiting for the stream to catch up with me so I can check in and see what it sounds like. Once that's done and the music's at a good volume, I'm ready to begin. So I'm just going to keep on talking until I hear something. Come on. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay. 21, 22. Now let's get the music in there. Let's see what it's like. Any second now. Okay, this is me testing my voice with the music. Any second now. And waiting for the stream to catch up with me so I can check in and see what it sounds like. Once that's done and the music's at a good volume, I'm ready to begin. Okay, so the music sounds okay. It's a decent level. Everything seems to be working. So yeah, I'm going to begin. Let's start with an advert, and then as soon as that's done, I'll be ready. Okay, the advert should be done now. So, hey everyone, my name is SeanArnold, and let me put the music back on. There we go. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to be experimenting a bit more with streaming, but I also wanted to do a couple of activities whilst doing some streaming. For those who are familiar to my channel or know what I do, I've been doing videos on Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist for more than half a year now, and seeing as yet Legacy of the Duelist has taken its time with being updated and so on and so forth, I decided why don't I go and try something like DevPro. Using DevPro so far has been a lot of fun. I've been really enjoying it, and I kind of wanted to, well, my channel's all about helping other people learn the game and get used to playing the game, and kind of adapting to different scenarios and adjustments. It's mostly focused about strategy and so on and so forth. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take one of my older decks from one of my past videos and then upgrade it to a 2016 environment. I've already been testing this deck out in the 2016 environment. I've already done a couple of videos on my channel, you know, kind of testing the waters a little bit, getting my feet wet. And I'm really enjoying this archetype in this environment. But I kind of want to show that process, and I think I might do this again with a couple other decks. I might take my older decks, see can I make them work somehow in 2016 environment, and how well do they work in the 2016 environment. So what I have here is my ARCHFIEND 2015 deck. This ARCHFIEND deck was a lot of fun to me. It was very enjoyable. The main goal of this deck, or the reason why I built this deck, is because I was looking for a build or something that could use support such as the Monarch Stormforth, but wasn't necessarily a Monarch deck. And you'd be surprised, there isn't actually as many decks that can actually reliably use stuff like this. But I thought the ARCHFIEND set was really good for it, because the ARCHFIEND have their own support such as Falling Down, which is basically a version of Snatch Steal that they can then use to tribute monsters and use them as kind of a quote-unquote form of monster removal. So this is my older deck, but as you can see, there are some things which have changed according to the ban list that I need to get rid of. And so the first thing, let me go through this list first, and then I'll get rid of some of the new stuff here. So how this build works first, or the main strategy for this build, kind of worked around, well, the main tool in this deck was ARCHFIEND Ares. I know it's called Trick ARCHFIEND on DevPro, but it's called ARCHFIEND Ares. ARCHFIEND Ares is the best searcher card for ARCHFIENDs. It's really, really good. All you have to do is send it to the graveyard either by battle or being destroyed by battle or by any card effect. And as long as you get her into the graveyard by some kind of effect, which is what you normally would be doing, then she can search out any card with ARCHFIEND in its name from your deck. And that is any card. It's not just monsters, it's also spells and trap cards as well. So she's really, really good, and this is kind of where the build kind of focused on. If I put her at the beginning, I would run 3 copies of Trick ARCHFIEND, and what I used to do is I used to start my opening hand with hopefully a copy of Tall Guy from the Underworld, special summon a copy of Trick ARCHFIEND, and then I would go into some kind of rank 3 monster summon like this. If I go and find them out now, so I need XE monsters. XE monsters such as Fortune Tune or Wind Up Zen mains. So what I would do is I play Tall Guy from the Underworld, special summon Trick ARCHFIEND, XE summon into Zen mains or Fortune Tune, depending on what was most applicable to the scenario. Then these both monsters both have an effect where if they are quote unquote going to be destroyed, but yeah, just being destroyed, you can attach one monster from them, one material from them, and then send it to the graveyard. And because that's part of the effect, that would trigger Trick ARCHFIEND, and then you'll be able to get her effect to search things out. It's really, really good with, say, Zen mains particularly, because when Zen mains uses his effect, in the end phase he gets to destroy a card. So not only do you get to destroy a card for your efforts, but you also get to search another one out. So it's a -1 to your opponent and a +1 to you, which is really, really good. It's a +2 advantage, you could say, overall. And yeah, it was a really, really nice combo. Cards I would search out with Trick ARCHFIEND will mostly be things like ARCHFIEND Roar for special summoning, but you could also use things like ARCHFIEND Cavalry if you want a normal summon and be more aggressive, or if you're ready to tribute summon, you could use something like ARCHFIEND Commander or ARCHFIEND Giant to tribute summon. And 3 copies of ARCHFIEND Commander, because when he's tribute summon, he can special summon a level 6 monster, ARCHFIEND monster from your graveyard, and usually you can revive, say, ARCHFIEND Giant or ARCHFIEND Commander, and then you can use that to do, say, a rank summon into something really good. If I look at some rank 6s, there are quite a few rank 6s, but the ones which I really used was, or my favourite one to go into was Bouncer. Forward Strike Bouncer, a warrior type monster which can negate a monster effect on the opponent's side of the field and then inflict 1,000 damage to them. So there's really, really good plays with him in there, and plus you can combine it with, say, the Monarch Stoneforth to kind of tribute off your opponent's monsters, get rid of those threats, and then you have a big monster to kind of attack with. Plus with, say, the Monarch's March of the Monarchs, you could keep him protected on the field, so not only is he a big attacking monster, but he can also not be targeted or affected by your opponent's monsters. Really, really good synergy. I really, really enjoyed that about this deck. And ARCHFIEND Giant is just more level 6 monsters, because in terms of ARCHFIENDs, where I go back to normal ARCHFIEND level 6 monsters, there aren't really too many choices. You have Skull ARCHFIEND of Lightning. He's good. He's basically as good as ARCHFIEND Giant, although ARCHFIEND Giant is a simple 500 for any effect that will destroy it, whereas he has to be targeted and you don't have to pay any life points, but you have to roll a dice in order to make him work. I prefer ARCHFIEND Giant personally. ARCHFIEND of Gilfer, I mean, ARCHFIEND of Gilfer could actually be useful, because I could send it to the graveyard with some kind of effect, and then my opponent will lose 500 attack, but it's not greatly useful. I'd rather have a bigger attacking monster than that. And then, as well as those, we have ARCHFIEND Cavalry. ARCHFIEND Cavalry is there because it's a level 4 attacking monster. I didn't really use him too much, but what's great about him is that if he is destroyed, then you can special summon any ARCHFIEND monster from your graveyard, and it can't attack this turn. It's an okay card. +1 Battle Fader. Battle Fader is there just for direct attack, stopping that kind of stuff, and then tributing away in the next turn if you needed it. Foolish Burial is out there mostly to trigger Trick Archfiend's effect or Archfiend Ares, or get a level 6 into the graveyard to be revived by Archfiend Commander. Free Pot of Duality for consistency. Free MST for monster removal, for spell and trap removal. Free Monarch Stormforth. 1 March of the Monarchs. Free Falling Down. 1 Snatch Steal. Free Falling Down and 1 Snatch Steal. Amazing control against your opponents. Assuming they didn't have, say, an MST stat down or a form of way to negate these effects, so stealing your opponent's monsters is always really, really good. And Archfiend Palace is a field spell card. This card is really good because, if I read it to you, it says all fiend monsters you control gain 500 attack. You can target 1 Archfiend monster you control, banish 1 other fiend type monster you control, and if you do, special summon from your hand, deck, or graveyard 1 Archfiend monster with the same level as the targeting monster. You can only use this effect once per turn. So it's a form of searching out more of your monsters, filling out your deck more, or reviving from your graveyard. Plus, at the cost of just banishing 1 of your other Archfiend monsters, or sorry, 1 of your fiend type monsters. It was really easy to use, but most importantly, it's a card that stays face up on the field that you can trigger with Falling Down quite easily without having to use your normal summon that turn. So, yeah, Archfiend Palace was really, really good. But there are some cards which are now much better than that. I'm just going to check on the stream, make sure things are okay. It looks like things are okay. Yep. Check my voice. Gain 500 attack. You can target 1 up. Yep, everything looks okay. Then for spells and traps, we have 1 bottomless trap hole, 2 Archfiend Roars, 1 compulsory evacuation device for removing particularly extra deck threats. 3 copies of Vanity's Emptiness for floodgate control, and 1 Solemn Warning. I really enjoyed this deck in the 2015 environment. It actually worked really, really well. Being supported by cards like Vanity's Emptiness to help control the pace of the duel quite often. And this deck felt really kind of balanced. It's why I really liked it. You had a decent amount of special summoning, but your deck isn't purely reliant on special summoning. You can also be doing tribute summoning, normal summoning. You can kind of react well to many. It's kind of a jack of all trades, I would say. It was it kind of plays like a half a Monarch deck and half a crazy special summoning deck, but still really, really fun nonetheless. However, for a 2016 environment, this is not going to work very well. You're going to have to do some changes there, and the first things we're going to have to change are the forbidden and limited cards. So, unfortunately, Tour Guide of the Underworld has got limited to 1. Snatch Steal got banned. Vanity's Emptiness got limited to 1. I'm so sad about that. I really, really wish Vanity's Emptiness was still at 3 because it helped. It really, really helped just go against some of the craziness that some of these decks have in this day and age. And really, I'm going to rant on that later on. I'm not really comfortable with the current format. It's too ridiculous. The current format is beyond ridiculous. So this is kind of what the deck, if I had to take out the minimum requirements, this is what the deck would look at right now. But it needs more speed. This environment, or this current meta, is mostly filled with crazy amounts, and I mean just absurd amounts of special summoning. Everyone does it. Pepe's or Draco Pals do it. Monarchs do it. Even though Monarchs do a lot of tribute summoning, Monarchs still do a lot of special summoning with, say, Idia and Eidos. What else is popular? Super Quantum. Super Quantums can be a really pain in the ass sometimes. I'm missing one other meta. Cosmos, of course. Cosmos are still strong. All of these decks are just so insane with their speed, and it can generate advantage so ridiculously so, and it doesn't look like it's going to change. It seems really, really broken to me. I think it really breaks the balance of the game. If you can't generate huge and copious amounts of advantage and make your graveyard into basically a toolbox, then you're not going to do well in this format, and that really, really sucks. You know, it stops my creativity. But it's no use crying. You know, you got to deal with it. You got to do what you can do. So we need to change this deck to kind of make it more relevant for the current meta. So I'm going to do that in just a second. I will be back in a minute. I'm just going to get a drink of water because I already feel my mouth getting dry. And then I will be back in a minute with how I've changed this deck to a more 2016 environment. So yeah, let me play an ad and I'll be back soon. Okay. Sorry about that, people. Got a drink of water now. Okay. So what I found with this deck is that it needs a bit more speed, and there are alternative options to increase the speed for this deck. And you need a stronger first turn play. Now, typically with this deck, you always want to start off by sending a copy of ARCHFIENDS Ares to the graveyard to get the ball rolling, so you can start searching out the cards that you need quite quickly. Now, cards that work well with ARCHFIENDS Ares aren't just cards like Tall Guy from the Underworld. Even though you can still use Tall Guide into an XE summon, you still have to wait a turn or two in order for Zen Maze or Fortune Tune's effect to go off, assuming your opponent or yourself tries to actually destroy the monster. That's too long. While it's still a good strategy and it can still be effective and it's still a decent option, it still takes too long. What you preferably want is something like Foolish Burial. You want to be able to send her to the graveyard straight away, get her effect off straight away so you can start getting things out of your deck as soon as possible. So we need more cards like Foolish Burial. And there are monsters which are really good at that. So you've got Mathematician, and you've got Armageddon Knight. You can also use other effects, such as Drag Down into the Grave, or Dark World Dealings. If you send her from your hand into the graveyard, it still works, so she can still be working well with that. And maybe I could do, say, a Dark World Archfiend hybrid between the two. That could definitely work, but that's not what I'm going to do today. But these two cards are really, really good at sending her to the graveyard on your first turn. You really want one of these out ASAP, and then send it to the graveyard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a full play set of Armageddon Knight. And the reason why I like Armageddon Knight a bit more than Mathematician is because Armageddon Knight, whilst having a little bit less attack, is still a dark monster, and that means we can do other things with him being a dark type, similar to these other monsters here. So, personally, I actually prefer Armageddon Knight over Tall Guy from the Underworld, and I actually might put Tall Guy from the Underworld in the side deck for the time being, as well as Mathematician, because I don't know if I necessarily need her. Having 1 Foolish Burial, 3 Armageddon Knights is really, really good. Plus, Armageddon Knight can send other monsters to the graveyard, like Foolish Burial, unlike Mathematician or Tall Guy, which just target certain level monsters. So 3 Armageddon Knights working with Trick Archfiend should be really good in order to send her to the graveyard and start searching things out. Now the question is, what do you want to start searching? Now, I'm going to, basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out all the multiple copies of these cards and put them in a side deck. And then I'm going to think, what do I really need to keep in this deck? What needs to go? What is too slow? What's inconsistent or lacks synergy with the rest of the deck? And then move from there. I don't really need to put Bottomless Trap Hole in there because it's so generic. We always remember Bottomless Trap Hole, as well as these guys here. Okay, so what do I want to search out ideally after I send her to the graveyard? When you use your normal summon for this, you send her to the graveyard. If you can special summon something else in that turn, that would be really great for mounting an offense. I can't really think of anything particularly which would work specifically for that, but for Trick Archfiend or Archfiend Ares, there's so many things you can search out. You can search out Archfiend Commander, who is a staple for this kind of deck, but I search out Archfiend actually. You can search out Archfiend Commander, who is a very, very strong monster, and he's a level 6 Archfiend as well, and is really, really good for this. Where are the rest of him? And typically for this deck, I'm going to be running 3 copies of him, that's for sure. That's definitely not going to change. Archfiend Giant is useful, but he's not so useful. His effect doesn't really create any advantage for you. His second effect, which says if this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Archfiend monster from your hand. I really rarely find myself using it, you know. I don't really find myself popping it off too much. Having the 500 protection effect is really good for, say, reviving with Archfiend's Roar so he can keep himself on the field. But I don't really think he's that useful. He's good as, say, another level 6 monster, but isn't necessarily a necessary one. So I'm going to leave him out for the time being. You can also search out other things such as monster removal. Monster removal in the form of Archfiend Emperor, the First Horror. He's really good because his monster removal effect is practically free. Ideally, you would banish, well, let me read it out. You can normal summon this card without tributing, but its original attack and defense become halved. That's really good because you can summon him, he won't stay stuck in your hand. You don't have to worry about tribute summon him, even though he's a level 8. He's really easy to bring out and to revive. So I kind of like Archfiend Emperor for that. Although when he comes out with half his attack and defense. If he is summoned that way though, you have to destroy him during the end phase, but there are other ways to mitigate that, so that's not too bad. During that turn, you cannot special summon any monsters except fiend type monsters, so you've got to be careful with that. It does have a restriction on it. It does mean you can't necessarily XE summon into something crazy. You've got to be careful with that. Last but not least, his main effect is once per turn you can banish one Archfiend card from your hand or graveyard, then target on the field and one card on the field and destroy. Really good for getting rid, just being a free form of removal, banishing cards like Archfiend's Roar in the graveyard. It's practically a free effect to destroy one card on the field, although it's not too crazy. It would be better if, say, it destroyed more than one card, but you know, this is what we have to deal with. So I'm going to keep 2 copies of him in the deck and for monster removal, but there is also another card which is really good for monster removal, and that is Archfiend Eccentric, a new card for Archfiends. Archfiend Eccentric is really versatile, really good. She's a pendulum monster, pendulum effect, and her pendulum effect is that you can target one other spell on trap card on the field, destroy both it and this card. You can only use this effect of Archfiend Eccentric once per turn. What I really like about this is, as well as it being, say, a form of MST or 1-for-1 monster removal, it stays face up in your pendulum zone, so you can keep it on the field and just activate something like Falling Down if you wanted to. Also, if you don't want to use it as a for Falling Down or keeping it in your pendulum zone, you can normal summon her and then or special summon her using another card, and then use her monster effect, which is to tribute it and destroy one monster on the field. But you can only use that once per turn. Really excellent card, very versatile. I really like her in this deck. She's absolutely fantastic in my playtesting and very just a really worthwhile having. Finally, another card which is really good to this deck and been good to me is Archfiend's Roar. Being able to search out a form of monster removal from your graveyard is fantastic. You know, not many people are very hot on Call of the Haunted right now, and for good reason. It is a bit slow, but at least Archfiend's Roar is not a continuous trap card. It is chainable. The only downside to Archfiend's Roar is that you have to pay 500 life points to use it, and that monster cannot be tributed, which is really unfortunate because this deck likes to tribute a lot. But you can special summon cards and get effects off them. You can special summon Archfiend Ares, so her effect will get triggered. Bring back Archfiend Eccentric so that her effect gets triggered, assuming that you got her in the graveyard and not your extra deck. Or bring a card like Archfiend Commander out and then, say, use it with Archfiend Palace or Archfiend Labyrinth, and then swap it out for another Archfiend card if you can fulfill those conditions. Really useful card. Really like Archfiend's Roar as well. So I'm running 2 copies of those. Don't necessarily need to run 3 because you don't want it in your opening hand. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright, so now other cards which work in this deck really well. Falling Down. Falling Down is absolutely great. If I can find it on the list, it should be on this list somewhere. Do I need to do a full search? Falling Down. 3 copies of Falling Down. It's just your own form of Snatch Steal. Really useful in this format. Really useful for sealing your opponent's monsters, assuming that you can keep them around them for a bit. You can tribute them off if you want to, or you can just use them to attack and swing for a win if you want to. So 3 copies of Archfiend Roar. Falling Down. Now, monster removal. Monster removal is let's start with the Monarch Stormforth. The Monarch Stormforth is really cool in this deck. You have plenty of tribute monsters in this deck. Monarchs, apostrophe S. Full search. No? Is it no apostrophe? Yeah, it's no apostrophe. The Monarch Stormforth. The Monarch Stormforth is really, really useful in this deck, along with one copy of March on the Monarchs, because it's not hard to search out. It's really, really easy to use, and there are plenty of tribute monsters in this deck, as I said earlier. And yeah, no, it just works really well in this deck. I would like to have more tribute monsters in this deck, as well as the Monarch Stormforth. And to go with that, I'm going to need some more level 6 fiends. And there's one which is really, really good, and that's Vanity's Fiend. Vanity's Fiend works really well in this deck because it's a fiend, it's a dark monster, it gets a buff from Archfiend Palace, as well as Majesty's Fiend actually. Majesty's Fiend can also work really well in this deck if you can get her out. Or him, can't really tell between the two. But yeah, these are really, really useful in this deck, and there's plenty of fodder in this deck to be tributed out. Can be really good. I haven't really tried using these in the main deck so far, so it'll be interesting to see what it's like. But that's really good. And also because these are 2400, 1200 monsters, I can run more Monarch cards with these guys. So if I have a look, I could run Pandiety if I wanted to. I could run Tenacity. Oh, it has to be 2400, 1000. So no, that doesn't matter. I don't think I have any of those kinds. Archery Giant? No, he's 1600 defense. That's fine. Not sure why I thought I could search that out with her. Oh, she's 1000. This one's 1200. I see. Majesty's Fiend is 1000. Right, so that stops monster effects, and that one doesn't. Okay. And what other cards really work well in this one? Well, let me go to my main build now. I'm going to now swap over to one I built earlier on. This is the deck I'm currently using here. I've got, excuse me, 3 Archfiend Giants, 3 Archfiend Commander, 1 Archfiend Giant, 2 Archfiend Horror, or Archfiend Emperor, 3 Archfiend Ares, 3 Archfiend Eccentric, 3 Armageddon Knight, 1 Tall Guy from the Underworld. I don't really need to use Tall Guy from the Underworld, and I might take her out, but I'll leave her there for the time being. 1 Foolish Burial, 2 MST and 2 Twin Twister, 3 Monarch Stormforth, and 3 Reasoning. Reasoning works really, really well in this deck because you've got a nice variety of monsters levels in here. Falling Down at 2, Archfiend Palace at 1 at the moment, 1 Vanity's Emptiness, 3 Solemn Strike, 1 Bottomless Trapper, 1 Solemn Warning, 2 Archery Draw, and 2 Maxi for first turn hand traps. Now, I've been thinking about making this deck in many different ways. I like the Monarch support really, really well in this deck. Having a card such as Dominion, or the True Monarch Dominion, or the Dominion of the Legendary Monarch, that could absolutely work in this deck. I could run more. Why am I on 3-axis FF? That could actually absolutely work really, really well in this deck if I didn't want to use my extra deck. And personally, I don't need to use my extra deck to win with this one. So maybe I will try using a True Monarch Dominion form. But I'm going to try this out for a bit more in a couple of duels. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes from there. Let's just see if there's anyone watching. There's no one watching. Well, there's one person. Okay, cool. Alright, so yeah, that's been half an hour of me waffling there. So let me take a quick swig of a drink and let me go set up a duel and yeah, enjoy this advert while I do that. Hey, just wait for the ad to finish. Alright, so the ad's done now. Should be done for most people. I'm going to do a quick unranked duel. Let me just get this screen resized quite quickly. Let's hit that and get started. And let me just make this a bit bigger. Can I not resize the screen? Yeah, there we go. That will do. And I lost the rock, paper, scissors. Okay, let's see how this works. So I have to go first. Unfortunately, it's not really what I want to do for the opening turn here. I don't want to start doing anything crazy, special summoning with reasoning just yet. So might be a mistake to play like this, but I'll do what I can. I'll set this down in the field. And let's see where we can go from there. Ooh, light swarms. Okay. One liner. Let's react to that. Put one raid in there. We kindling as well. Okay, so we're playing a hybrid. Alright. Let's see what we can do as a swarm. I'm just going to go all out. Reasoning. Oh, Max C? Seriously? Fine. Not really what I wanted. Right, okay. Do I even bother flip summoning Trick Archfiend? Nah, I'll leave her in defense. And we'll put that Summon Strike down in the field and let's see what happens next. Probably going to lose this one. I don't have a really good feeling. It wasn't a great opening hand. Oh, what's that? If this card is normal summon or special summon, send one Inferno monster from your deck to the graveyard, except Inferno Decathlon. And if you do, increase this blah 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 Infernoids. Okay. Not really familiar with how Infernoids work personally. Sorry, what is it doing? And replace this effect with that monster's original effect. Oh, so he's trying to destroy it. Do I let him destroy it? No, I am gonna activate. I should have activated before. I didn't realize that's what he could do. Reasoning. What would a Infernoid deck want? I'm gonna say level 4, maybe? I don't know. All of those cards can't be special summoned? Wow. Or normal... Cool, we destroyed my ARCHFIENDS, that's fine by me. Yes, I will use it. And, what should I bring? I have a feeling I'm going to lose my monster this turn. So, if I want to use Falling Down and steal his monster, I do need something which is going to stay face up on the field. Let's go for... Or I could play safe. I don't know. Let me go for ARCHFIENDS Raw. Okay, so that monster gets attacked twice on a turn. Okay. Right, I really hope I can draw an ARCHFIEND card, because I want to steal that monster. Oh, not a great card. Not a great choice, no. Oh well. Is he trying to banish that? What is he doing? I have no idea what he's doing. Yeah, he banished my monster. Okay. Ooh, Car Trooper. Haven't seen that in a while. Right, I'm definitely going to take a hit this turn. Trooper attacking first. I was hoping he was going to attack first with the bigger monster. Let me think about this. Yeah, let me use it now. Oh, he can chain it. Oh, wow, I didn't know that was a quick effect. Oh, that sucks. Right, I'm going to take this damage. Come on, give me something good. Okay. Okay. I don't think I have any level 6s in my graveyard. Nope, don't have any level 6s, but it'll have to do. Oh, I see what he did there. That was smart. That was really, really clever. Well, I think I'm dead. I think I am dead. Who gives you Desolation? Alright, let's get into another one here. Let's try this out some more. I hate that I have to do this every single time. I hate that it closes this window every time. Alright, let's go. Put the music on. Right, you want to go first? I will go second. Alright, dude, what you gonna do? Ooh, Dark World. Yeah, that's perfect for me. I will. What did he send to the graveyard first? He's playing Burning Abyss. Right, well, I'll send Trick Archfiend. Or Archfiend Iris, that is. What do I want to add to my hand? It could be Raw. Probably Raw's the best. Come on, dude. What are we waiting for? Okay. Right, next turn he's definitely going to try and special summon Tour Guide, so I need to make sure I'm ready for that. Let me think about this. Let me first let me activate, and now I'm going to use her effect to get rid of that face down card. Mind Crush, okay. Let's get Trick Archfiend out there again. Let's poke for a little bit of damage. And let's give this guy all sorts of problems to deal with. Right, we are going to react to this. We're going to... Let me think about this. Should I could use Vanities, but it won't stay there for long. Or should I use Strike? I'm going to use Strike while my LP's high. Okay, drag down from the grave. Okay. I'm gonna lose my Palabyrinth. I get to choose, right? Don't want to do that one. Well, I could do that one. They're all special summon effects. Oh, they're all bad if they get sent to the graveyard. Which one should I go for? Which one's the biggest threat? I could stop the special summoning ones. Could definitely stop them, but then I'm gonna have to worry about the attack. Let me do this one. Right, that's what I was hoping he was doing. No, we don't want to activate. Actually, should I activate this turn? If I was to search out something, what could I search out? Yeah, I'm gonna activate. Right, what do I want to search out for my deck for this next turn? Something to special summon would be good. Let's get him out. Alright, let's special summon one of these. Destroy the other Archfiend. Activate her effect. And then, what do I want for this turn? Do I have not? Have I already used Palace? I've already used Palace. Damn. Let's get Archfiend Eccentric. And now let's normal summon this one. And then let's XE into... What would be the best choice to XE? That could do all to 0. This is removal. Bounder's going to be pretty good. Let's do Bounder. Or Bouncer. Alright, your turn, dude. I really should put these out of the field to stop those Dark World dealings and drag down from the graves. Too late now, though. Right, do I want him to special summon that card? I'll let him do it, but I'm going to use Bottomless Trap on it. Oh, I'm not gonna activate, no. Oh, he surrendered. Alright, good game to you, dude. Alright, well, one victory, one there. Let's get into another game. And while I set that next game up, I'll put an add-on. See you guys in a second. Oh, I'm not gonna activate, no. Oh, he surrendered. Alright, good game to you, dude. Alright, well, one victory, one... Welcome back to those. Well, there's only one person watching, but welcome back. And, yep, just on time to get into a new game here. Let's put on the sound. Right, who's first? Am I first? No, he's first. Okay. Ooh, Shadows. This should be fun. Let me stop. I'm gonna read that. Yes, I'm gonna check the field. During another player's turn, when your opponent will special summon a monster while you have a Shadow card in your hand, you can negate the summon, and if you do, destroy that monster and send one Shadow. Okay. You can one hit per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, Right, okay. And that's Shadow Hedgehog. When it's sent to the graveyard, by a card effect, you can add one to your hand. Okay. Alright, go ahead, dude. So, I've got to be careful about special summoning next turn. I really hope I draw into a tribute monster. This is exactly what I wanted. Thank you, dude. Thank you, Jeebus. Get rid of that problem. And he gets to add that to his hand. Wow, that's really good. Alright, let me go in hand. Just activate reasoning. Right. I've already forgotten what that monster was. Do I care about negating it though? I might have to be careful about negating it. Am I not allowed to special summon something or something this turn? Yeah, I used the one that's Stormful, so I can't special summon. Anyway. Alright, let's just go and attack it and see what we can do. And swing for the fences there. And in main phase 2, let's set down everything. And hopefully Solemn Strike will help me next turn. Do I care about negating Shadow Dragon? It's going to take away my MST? No. I wish I could use that one though. Okay, goodbye Archfiend Giant. Poor dude. Right, let me think about this. During another player's turn, when your opponent will special summon a monster while you have a shadow card in your hand, you can negate this summon, and if you do, destroy that monster. Then send one shadow card from your hand to the graveyard. Once per turn. Let me try and force that to activate. Oh, and he disconnected. He quit. Okay. Maybe he didn't like me taking so long. That was weird. Maybe I should start doing ranked matches now, so that people don't just run away. Alright, let's get into another game here then. Come on, somebody accept. There we go, Blazing Panda. Oh, the music's not on. Put the music on. I will go second, thank you. After this, when I've got my fill of dueling, I am going to try and build a Monarch version of this deck. I want to really try and see what this deck is like with the Monarch's Dominion, because it's such a powerful card. If I can get it to be useful in my deck, then I'll be grateful. Be absolutely happy with that. Okay, Armageddon Knight, what's he going to send? Yugioh! Oh, cool, Yugioh deck. Right, let's get rid of that face down spell or trap card first. Do I? I mean, I might like to keep her around for the future. I don't know. Now, let's get rid of that card first. Ooh, damage condenser. Didn't expect that. Alright, yeah, let's activate Reasoning. Hey, Mr. Toby 1018. I was hoping you'd pop in, dude. I want to ask you something after this game, man. Alright, Trick Archfiend. That's not really what I wanted, but it will have to do. Armageddon Knight, do I want to... Now, let me think about this. I'm going to go Falling Down, and I'm going to take that card. I will save the Monarch Stormfall for later on, in case there's a more threatening threat that I can get rid of. I had a feeling it was going to play Battle Fader. Don't know why it did, but I did. Alright, let's put down VA or VE on the field. And let's end. Yeah, there's a 30-second delay. I could change that. I could change that. In fact, maybe I will stop the stream after this and change it if that's what people prefer. DevPro is pretty cool. I really do like. I'm enjoying using DevPro quite a bit. I'm not necessarily enjoying the current format so much, but that's a whole different story. But I do like using DevPro. And yeah, it took a minute to get used to the pace, but I'm getting there, I think. Alright, so for the time being, I mean, I could go a bit crazy if I wanted to. I really don't want to overplay too much. I kind of want to wait and take my time with this. I mean, why does he put that in attack position? Why did he leave that in attack position? Is that a mistake? Okay, let's just poke and let's just see what happens. Nothing. Right, let's see what the face down card is. Oh, Mr. Tomato. Okay. And now he summons Yugioh. This card cannot be destroyed by a battle. You take no battle damage from battles involving this card. The fall damage calculation when this face-up attack position card is attacked by your opponent's monster. Inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's attack. During your end phase, tribute one other monster or destroy this card. When this card is destroyed, is set by its own effect. Its owner can special summon one Yugioh Terror Incarnate from their hand, deck, or graveyard. So I'm not even going to mess around with that. We are going to get rid of that right now. Get rid of it right now. And normal summon. Is there a reason why I can't normal summon this turn? Why can't I normal summon this turn? Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Sorry, what the hell? Why can't I normal summon? Oh, I hate this about this game sometimes. I didn't normal summon this turn. I haven't used any of my summons. Am I still in the battle phase? Is that why? Oh, okay. Phew. I'm an idiot. There we go. Use my opponent's monster. Yes, I will. Yeah, this format just seems incredibly unbalanced, and I'm not a fan of it. This format seems to be very much as it's full of monsters which are completely unkillable. You know, they got rid of Apocalyptic Towers, but they replaced it with some others. You've got decks which generate crazy amounts of advantage on the first turn. Just like big 10 different moves in the first turn. And yeah, he doesn't seem to be really able to work. And he quit. That's fine. Alright, what I'm going to do there for a second, guys, I'm going to play an advert, and then I'm going to talk to Mr. Toby 1018. And in fact, actually, I might change the stream to take out the delay. So let me just do that for a second, and I'll be back in not too long. 1 minute. Okay, so I'm back. I will give a minute for the stream to catch up and go back online. It should be just resetting. It should be a less of a delay. I've taken off the 30-second delay now. I only left that on because I thought it might improve the quality of the stream, but it is a bit of annoying to wait 30 seconds before I can actually hear anything. Decks which generate crazy amounts of advantage. Don't know why it's still showing me that, but let's see if I can restart. Alright, I'm just going to wait until I can see on the screen on this play video. If I can go to the watch page, that would be useful. This is why I really need 2 monitors for this kind of thing. Minute for the stream to catch up and go back online. It should be just resetting. It should be a less of a delay. I've taken off the 30-second delay now. I There's still a bit of a delay. I can hear myself talking. I thought it might improve the quality. Alright, well, I'm going to get started anyway. Give me just 2 seconds while I pop an ad on. I want to go into my email and get something. And then, Mr. Toby1018, pop me your message if you're still here, dude. Yeah, I can see you testing, Mr. Toby. Is the ad done? Alright, the ad should be done now, so I'm just going to wait until I get a response from Mr. Toby1018. And yeah, and then we'll get into a couple more duels in a second. Can't see any video playback. Alright, there we go. Sure, I'm game to duel, dude. But in 1 second, I wanted to ask you, Ravan619 and I, we're going to be doing a bit of a collaboration video for the release of Yugioh Dark Side of the Dimensions. I've got a little bit of a spoiler here, actually. I've got to reply to this email. Give me 2 seconds while I just go into my inbox. I'm actually asking someone to do an art commission there, and we are going to be doing a duel against each other. I'll be using a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. He'll be using a Dark Magician deck, and we're going to play against each other. And it should be fun. It should be fun for viewers to see us going head to head and whatnot. If I actually get the actual reference picture so you guys can see what that's like. This is a bit of a preview before that, and I've got to actually give this guy the go ahead to kind of publish that so I can then pay him off. And 1 second, Yugioh Dark Side of the Dimensions. There we go. Where's that poster I had? There it is, that one. So that's a mock-up of this poster here. Him trying to take his inspiration, and I drawing me as Kaiba, him as Yugi, and us going head to head, and that's going to be our thumbnail. And then we've got some other sketches going on there for that. The reason why I want to ask you, Mr. Toby1018, is because the other day you just happened to say that you've been using a new Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, and I was hoping you could train me. I was hoping you could show me, because I am not familiar with the new stuff in Blue Eyes, or the new Blue Eyes White support. And yeah, I was hoping I could seek your counsel and yeah, get some idea from you. Oh, that's nice. Iron Man 1018 challenged you to a duel. Do you know what? I'm so new to this stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah, dude, show me what you got with this Blue Eyes deck, and let me learn from you, my master. I'll call you, whatever. All right, let me get over here. Let me make the screen a bit bigger. I'll use my ARCHFIENDS deck. And yeah, ready to go. Let me just see how much delay there is on this so I get used to it now, because I'm not used to it. You just happened to say that you've been using a new Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. There's still a bit of delay on it. I was hoping you could show me. I did take that off. Yeah, there's no delay now. The new stuff in Blue Eyes, or the new Blue Eyes White support. And yeah, I was hoping I could seek your counsel and yeah, get some. I need to improve my streaming setup. Obviously, I need to have a way to monitor the stream, listen to that, then check what's going on. So I have this both in one ear. I do have another laptop. It's not set up right now. Maybe in the future I'll get that done. Anyway, no peeking. There we go. Okay. I will go second. I would love to see a Blue Eyes deck that stands up to the meta. Oh my god. I'm actually getting excited now. Let's go. Alright, chicken game. Minus 1k. Yep, minus 1k. Draw another card. Ooh, what is that? Stop this. The Melody of the Awakening Dragon. Discard one card up to 2 dragon type monsters with 3,000 or more attack and 20, basically 2 blue eyes from your deck to your hand. Wow, that's cool. Wow, that is cool. And then trading, yeah, of course. Trading, discard 1, draw 2. Another terraforming, maybe into another chicken game, or is there a new blue eyes field spell? Looks like there is. Light Mausoleum. Or Mausoleum. Okay, what is that? Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. Must first be special summoned from your hand by revealing 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand. You can only special summon 1 this turn. This card's name becomes BEWD while it's face up on the field or the graveyard. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy it. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. Interesting. Light Mausoleum. Let's read this card. During your main phase, you can normal summon 1 level 1 light tuner monster in your addition to your normal summon or set. Only once per turn. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster you control, send 1 normal monster from your hand, deck, or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, that target gains attack and defense equal to the said monster's level times 100 until the end of this turn. You can manage this card from your graveyard, add 1 burst stream of destruction. There's a searcher for burst stream and destruction now? Wow. That's so cool. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Sage Knight with Eyes of Blue. I won't stop you from doing this one. When this card is normal summon, you can add 1 level 1 light tuner monster from your deck to your hand. Except Sage Knight with Eyes of Blue. You can discard this card, then 1 effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard. And if you do, special summon 1 Blue Eyes White blah 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 from your deck. Wow, okay, lots of stuff is going on. Maiden with Eyes of Blue. So it looks like there are multiple forms of Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Lots of level 1 tuner monsters now. Interesting. Is that a dragon type? Spellcaster. Okay. Yeah, I think it'd do XE summon. Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. Now a player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. Once per turn during another player's turn. When a card effect is negated in the graveyard, you can negate the activation. During another player's turn, you contribute this synchro summon monster. Special summon 1 light type synchro monster from your extra deck in defense position, except the same card, but destroy it during the end phase of this turn. Interesting set. Interesting set of cards. Okay. Alright, well, let's see what I can do. Not a lot. Alright. Let's use Armageddon Knight, and then let's search out ARCHFIENDS. Oh! I wasn't paying attention. I'm an idiot. Ah, crap. Ah, damn. I wasn't paying attention. I'm such an idiot. Alright, alright. Yeah. Okay. We get the overfield. We'll put this on the field too. That's not good. That was terrible. That was awful of me. Alright. Alright. Oh, man. That's called reading without actually reading. What was that? Silver's Cry? Yep, yep. Yeah, I love that Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. Really, really good card. Don't know why I didn't use that, but I should have. Never mind. What's he doing now? Yeah, let's stop that from happening. Let's see if I can stop that too. What do I want to get rid of? I kind of really need all of these. Alright, let's see what happens when I do this. Does that work? Does that actually work? That might work. Oh, I see. Okay. You targeted it and then you triggered off its effect. Okay. Pain Animal Path. Hey Pain. How you doing? Welcome back. How you doing? I'm so done. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh no. I'm losing to Blue Eyes White Dragon. Oh. Oh, is it my turn still? Oh yeah, it's my turn. What am I doing? So who do I want to get rid of? They're both annoying. I'm gonna get rid of, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. I'll get rid of him. Jalen asks, hey, will you play me next? PS, I don't know how. Yeah, I'll play you in a bit, man. If you set up, and I'm still pretty new to DevPro myself, Jalen. So, you know, we'll have to both work it out as we go along. Sorry. I'm gonna attack your monster because its effect is negated, and it should be fine. And I shouldn't be making a mistake here. Yay! Goodbye. Boom. Bye. Bye. Alright, end my turn. Anyway, Payne says we gotta do some Naruto matches. Yeah, it's been a minute since I played some Naruto. I've got a whole load of back videos narrate over for Naruto. I will show them off in a minute. I've got a whole lot of videos to go and do, but I've been lazy. I've been super lazy. But I'll be totally down to play some Naruto as well, once I'm tired of getting my ass kicked in Yugioh. Yeah, he's dead now. Oh no. What's he doing now? Oh, another Spirit Dragon, okay. Not sure. Oh yeah, you can't attack that turn. Oh, where he uses that effect. Okay. Alright, let's see what I can do. Oh, what does that do? You can special summon one blue eyes from your deck. Wow. That's a blue eyes too. White Spirit Dragon. Oh wow, that's annoying. Okay. Well, I have to play defensively. Let's see what we can do. No use tool guide. Let's grab let's grab Trick. Synchro Shokan. And then I'm gonna stop. This is fun. These new Blue Eyes White Dragon cards, these are crazy. They are seriously trying to make this work for the new movie. I'm looking forward to the new movie. Looking forward to see what it's like. It's nice to see that they're going back to... what are you doing now, dude? Let's see what you're doing. Especially something in this card, but it's going to get destroyed. Okay. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to this new movie. It's nice to see that they're really putting some effort to make Blue Eyes and Dark Riches competitive again. And it should be interesting. Oh, that's cool. So that's going to stop it from being destroyed. Alright, alright. Is this on PC? Yep, this is on PC. Far too serious for you? What do you mean it's far too serious for you? This game is far too serious? Or PC is far too serious? Also, Pain, we also gotta play Street Fighter sometime. I've had that game sit on my shelf for too long, I need to start playing it. Yeah, I think I'm dead this turn. I think I'm dead this turn. What the heck is that? Twin Burst Dragon? Yeah, I'm dead this turn. Wow. That was really, really cool. Good aim to you, dude. That was really, really fun. That was really, really cool. Really, really fun. I enjoyed that. Seeing a lot of new Blue Eyes stuff there. Mr. Toby 1018, do you have a mic, dude? Do you wanna hop on stream for a bit and explain to me what your game plan is, or talk to me about some of these new cards here? I don't know if there's voice chat via DevPro. If not, I've got Steam and so on and so forth. I need to set up a Skype account as well, so people could add me to that. While I wait for a response, I'm going to play an ad real quick. Okay, dude, do you want to add me onto Steam? My Steam account name is, well, you can search Leave Game. That's my Steam name currently. But, oh, shall I add you to Steam? Let me see, add a friend. I bet if I type in Toby1018, that's if you have Steam. You might not have Steam. I don't know if this is you. If you have Steam, dude, we can add each other to Steam, or could always do Skype. I can set that up real quick, or we could do it for chat. Alright, cool. You can add me. My username at the moment is Leave Game. It's my trolling name. The Arnold Steam is the actual name. Is there still a delay on this YouTube stuff? Skype. I can set that up real quick. There's still a delay. Wow, that sucks. Or we could do it for chat. Are you on this list here? I've got to learn how to use DevPro properly. I'm still so new to it. Payne says, what type of deck do I use? At the moment, I'm using an ARCHFIEND deck. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Mr. Toby108 to train me and teach me how to use a Blue Eyes White Dragon deck in the 2016 format. I also hear that there's a way to send each other your decks lists. I'm not sure how to do that, but if it is, Toby Iron Man 1018. I didn't say man. 1018. Yeah, if I could get your friend, your deck list, I can put it up on the screen, and then you can tell me what exactly you have there. Or if there's another way to do this, then let me know. Or hell, you stream too. Maybe sometime I can come into your stream and you can do it on your stream. Whatever works for you, dude, man. But if I'm going to put up a challenge to Mr. Advanced619 himself, I'm going to need to learn how to play this deck. Because so many new cards between the difference of Legacy of the Duelist and DevPro. It's definitely been a hell of a ride for me. The UI and format looks confusing. It is a little bit archaic. It definitely feels like so I wonder how long DevPro's been going, but it definitely feels like something from 2005. But I respect it because it's free and it does the job. It does a job better than anything that Konami's tried to do on PC, which is sad. Let's see. Invite to party chat. How do I go to Steam? Invite to chat room. Doesn't know if I can do that. You see, send message. Why can't I call? Start voice chat. There we go. I don't know if my mic is set up with Steam. Let me see settings. No, it is not. Let me change this. That's it. Use the good mic, please. How do I accept? I don't know, dude. Let me disable this one. Don't want to be using the bad mic. Just want to use the good mic. Set as default. There we go. Oh, come on. How do I change this? One, two, three, four, five. Is that good? Is that good? Yeah, it sounds good. Yeah, it sounds good. Give it Puppet. Puppet sounds good. Right, I can hear myself in the feedback, which is really weird. Stop microphone test. There we go. Let me try calling you again. Somehow in my chat, look. Oh my god. What am I doing? Can I go back, please, to my... There we go. Jada says, Gimmick Puppets. Gimmick Puppets is his favourite deck right now. I actually don't know too much about Gimmick Puppets. I would love to see them if you want to play afterwards. Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, Toby, man. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Arnold? How's it going, man?
It's all cool, man. That was very, very fun, man. You showed me a whole lot of new stuff. That support is insane.
Yeah, the Blue Eyes deck has evolved a lot over the years.
Seriously.
Like, this year is literally the year of the Blue Eyes, and
do you think the new Dark Magician stuff is going to stand up to it? Have you played much of it?
Yeah, because they're really heavy on back row.
Really? Is that relevant in this format?
Summon off of back row and all that stuff.
Cool, cool. Well, I don't know how this works on DevPro. I hear there's a way you can send each other decks, and I was hoping maybe I could pull up your deck on screen, and then you could talk to me about like how it works, what works well in it, or what your overall strategy is, and so on and so forth. Do you know how to do that?
Honestly, I don't know how to like per se send an actual deck, but I could tell you what cards are in there, and then
yeah, sure, that works.
That if you want.
That works too. All right, guys. So I'm gonna open up.
I got my deck edit open right now.
I'm gonna pop deck edit open too. Let me make this a bit bigger, if I can. There we go, and we'll get rid of this ARCHFIENDS deck here, and yeah. All right, cool. Talk to me.
Hang on, let me change my sound settings on DevPro because it's kind of going over your voice and it's like hard to hear.
Gotcha. And in fact, while you do that, I'm just gonna change the name of the stream title, and I'm gonna call it streaming with Mr. Dude, what's your stream name again? Is it Mr. Toby? What about it?
It's Mr._Toby 1018.
Thank you, Mr. Toby 1018.
It's been a while since I streamed, actually. I think last time I streamed was about 2 weeks ago because of all this stuff with work, and it's been it's been interfering with my free time.
Yeah, same. Work and family stuff kind of knocked me out last week, and I haven't been putting up many videos, and been basically doing a stream to try and make it up to a couple of people. Just say, hey, look, here's some extra content for you guys and whatnot. But getting used to it. Getting used to it. By the way, for your stream, you have an overlay, right?
What do you mean?
Like you have a graphic which you know, like in many streams where you have you have like a box for your gameplay, a box of face cam, a box of chat, and then you got like an overlay on top of it with say like your Twitch details.
Actually, I do all that stuff through the PlayStation 4. I don't actually have any equipment or anything to like support that type of stuff. I basically use everything on the PlayStation.
Do you stream DevPro?
Nah, I haven't.
Ah, I always thought you did for some reason. I don't know why I did. I always assumed that you were a PC streamer.
Nah, I've been able to stream pretty much games on PS4. The same way how well actually no, you guys do stuff on YouTube. I was gonna say Rayvon, he streams on PlayStation 4, but no, he does YouTube videos on PlayStation 4. I'm pretty much the same way, but in this case with Twitch.
Cool, cool. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't realize that. That's awesome. By the way, Payne, could you do me a favor? Could you tell me if you can hear Mr. Toby all right? If he's coming out, he should be coming out fine. But just in case he's not, I might have to check that. I don't want to sound like I'm talking to myself and I'm insane, which I am.
What's going on stream? Alright, I got everything open. I'm ready when you are.
Cool. Let me just double check this myself.
But yeah, just like you, I'm pretty new to this whole DevPro thing. I've been stuck on Legacy of the Duelist for like a while.
Cool. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't realize that. That's awesome. By the way, Payne, could you do me a favor? Could you tell me if you can hear Mr. Toby all right? If he's coming out, he should be coming out fine. But just in case he's not, I might have to check that. I don't want to sound like I'm talking to myself and I'm insane, which I am. Alright, it does sound a little bit quiet to me, but I can hear you. So I'm going to keep the music off for the time being so we can hear you A-okay. But other than that, should be good, dude. Alright, man. Yo, talk to me. Did I put my volume down or something? What the heck? Oh, I'm so professional. Toby, you there, man? Okay, what did I do now? What happened to the chat? Oh, okay, there we go. Answer.
Hello?
Hello? Hey, man.
Yeah, it seems to have ended.
Oh, it might have been me. I might have done something stupid. Don't worry.
Okay, where did Arnold go?
Alright, well, before my computer blows up or something, talk to me. What do you have in the Blue Eyes White Dragon net, dude?
Alright, well, monster-wise, we have 20 monsters, 20 spells.
Oh, nice.
Obviously, we run 3 Blue Eyes, the original.
Alright, so I'm just going to search Blue Eyes there. And yeah, 3 of the original Blue Eyes. What, normal? Just, you could run 3 of those?
Yeah, just regular blue eye, vanilla Blue Eyes.
Wow, okay, I'm going to ask you about that. That's kind of crazy, but I'll ask you about that later on. Go on.
Alright, so 3 of those, and then we run 2 alternative Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Two alternative, okay.
Yep. Pretty much what he does is he special summons off of Blue Eyes in your hand, which is really good.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I want to do is, if I get you to tell me the build, I'll build up the build, and then I want you to talk to me as if like it was like turn 1. What do you want to see in turn 1, and then what are you setting up for, and so on and so forth. So,
okay, alright.
So we got 3 vanilla, 3 alternative.
No, 2 alternative.
2 alternative, my apologies.
Add 2 White Spirit Dragons in there.
2 White Spirit Dragon.
Yep.
Now that's crazy to me, because it says that this card is always treated as a blue eyes card. Now when I saw that, I was thinking about the old Harpy builds where you have things like Cyber Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady 1, which also says this is always treated as a Harpy Lady card, and you can only run 3 of them in your deck, but you're able to do 3 vanilla and 2 of those. That sounds
Yeah, I don't
cheap.
know how that works actually. I found it kind of weird too. Just like how you say with the Harpies,
Yeah,
they actually all have the same name and they're treated like that when you're deck building. But
yeah. Maybe that's I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I hope that's not a DevPro thing, because maybe they just haven't configured it properly. Because typically speaking, if it's always treated as being the same name, then well, maybe it's not considered a blue eyes white dragon. Maybe it's just called a blue eyes card. So maybe that's why you're able to use more.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Because it's not talking about. Oh, okay, now I see why. Its name is not exactly Blue Eyes, but it's treated as it on the
Yeah, yeah.
maybe
Fair.
that's the difference.
That makes sense. All right, go on.
All right, we're gonna add one honest.
Oh, honest. Okay. Any more blue eye stuff before I take off this search?
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, they're pretty much in the extra deck. You'll have more Blue Eyes cards, but
What?
other than that, in the regular deck, it's that's about it for Blue Eyes.
All right, then cool. So one honest. Let's get that in there. Why just the one?
I don't know. It's been coming clutch with me. I may change it later down later in the future, but so far it's been coming clutch for me.
Okay.
Like when I have Spellgrind on the field, how he can negate effects which
Yeah.
are targeted on him, or if a monster's using their effect, and then they try to go for the attack. I could always use honest, and usually honest just been really clutch.
Maybe because your monster's attacks are also strong, maybe you don't actually get attacked that often, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, I run a lot. I've been running into a lot of mirror matches as well. A lot of people
Really?
use Blue Eyes decks.
Wow.
Yes.
Jeez, man, this is crazy. All right, cool. What's next?
You're gonna add 3 Max C's.
Maxi. Okay, cool.
Yeah, today's meta is a lot of special summoning.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Maxi versus Effect Veiler?
Effect Veiler actually works really well in this deck because Sage Knight. I don't know if you haven't added him in the deck yet, but Sage Knight, he's able to search out tuners, like level 1 tuners, and since Effect Veiler is a level 1 tuner,
Yeah.
she's pretty beneficial to this deck.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people.
I just run 3 Max C's for the turbo in the deck, just for like consistency purposes and not having that dead draw.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people say that they use Maxi for say pendulums and Cosmos, whilst using a Vet Veiler for more Monarchs to stop them from doing their plays and whatnot. But I haven't got the experience to say which one's better for sure.
Yeah,
cool.
It all depends on your preference, pretty much.
It's true.
Okay, here's where the fun part happens. 3 Ancient White Stones.
Ancient White Stones.
Yeah, it's a new version of White Stone.
Yeah, when I first saw this, I was like, I know that card, but I don't know that card. Okay, so let me read this out. This is a tuner Dragon Light monster. It's once per turn during the end phase. If this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only use this effect of Ancient White Stone once per turn. Cool. And I have a feeling that maybe works with that normal spell card that allows you to discard 1 Dragon Tuner, and then you can draw 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Well, we'll find out if that's in the deck later on or not.
Alright. After that, you're adding 3 Sage Knights with Eyes of Blue.
Sage Knights with Eyes of Blue. This is another new card. We've got a level 1 monster effect spellcaster. Interesting that it's a spellcaster. When this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 level 1 light tuner from your deck to your hand. Okay, so that searches out quite a lot. Except Sage Knight with Eyes of Blue. You can discard this card, then target 1 effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard. And if you do, special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck. You can only use this effect once per turn. So, target 1 effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck. Interesting.
Now here's where the fun part happens.
Okay.
If you have a maiden on the field while he is in your hand,
well, let's
you use pretty much a hand trap target her and use his effect, and she uses her effect, and you get 2 blue eyes on the field.
Okay, so how many maidens do you put in here? 3?
Yeah, I put three of her and 3 of Sage Knights.
So that brings us to the 20. These are the 20 monsters that you have in this deck. That's kind of cool. So Maiden, really, getting her to pop really, really works quite well for you now.
Yes. She used to be a dead draw, but now
Yeah.
it's like she works pretty well with the deck. Like, she's all around.
She used to be pretty slow. She used to be kind of a stall card at best. Like, anytime on Legacy of the Duels someone plays Maiden with Eyes of Blue against me, I'm always like, okay, that's cool. I'm just not going to target her or attack her. And then what you going to do?
Yeah.
And then people...
used as pretty much a stall card.
Yeah, people would try to use, say, there was another card, another it's Dragon Oasis, or some other card that will target her in the field. They used to force her activation that way, but these cards seem like they were a lot better for doing that. Like, I would love to see her being used Honest. I don't know if that works, actually. That might work.
Well, if she has zero attack, Honest won't work. But if you target her with the new field spell that I used on you, she gains a little bit of attack, and
then you can use it.
Self-explanatory. Yep.
Cool. Well, speaking of spell cards, let's get into that one then. If I remember, that was called Light Mausoleum, wasn't it?
Yes, Light Mausoleum.
Cool.
I don't know how to pronounce that card, but that's pretty much what it's called.
Cool.
Alright, for your first spell, I have 1 for 1.
1 for 1.
This deck is level 1 heavy.
Oh,
level 8 heavy.
Very, very much so. I love 1 for 1. 1 for 1 has been a card which, if I can fit it in, I will try and take it in. Payne's asking what's going on now. I hope that means she can actually see what's going on. Yeah. The stream's fine. Okay, Payne, what we're doing right now is we are just doing some deck building. We are building a new Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, and this is going to train me for a special video which I'm going to be doing against someone else in the future. And yeah, I'm going to get some advice from my sensei, Toby101. How do you like saying that? I always say 1018, but you said 1018. Do you normally say 1018?
Yeah, I usually say 1018. It's from my birthday, October 18th.
Ah, yeah, because you're American, you do the month first, you do it all backwards, yeah, silly Americans, of course, fair enough. No wonder I didn't catch on to that. Do you know what, to tell you what, yeah, for a while, I was like, is this guy biblical? Is this like a Bible reference or something? Like Austin 3:16? I don't know. Alright, 1 for 1.
Yep.
1 for 1, really.
There's this new revival card for level 7s and 8s called Gospel of Revival.
Ooh, let me see this. Gospel of Revival. Target 1 level 7, or is this coming out in Bosch?
I believe so. They haven't revealed anything yet, but it most likely will.
Cool. Target 1 level 7 or 8 dragon type monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. If a dragon type monster you control will be destroyed, or card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card instead. This is what this game seems to be turning into. It seems to be turning into so many cards which have an effect on the field and an effect in the graveyard. It's insane.
Yep.
Alright, so how many of those...
What's good about this card? 3.
3, okay.
And what's good about this card is, unlike Silver's Cry, you can target effect monsters as well.
Which is really, really useful. And that can bring back Alternative, that can bring back White Spirit, and maybe even those Synchro monsters as well, I guess. If it works on them. They might be level 9 and higher, but we'll see. Go on, alright, what's next?
Level 9s, no, but there's this one Synchro monster. It's called Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. You can bring him back with this card. And I'll show you later on how to Synchro summon him.
Cool.
Because he's a level 8, so it's kind of weird to like figure out how
to
summon a level 8 when there's a lot of level 8 and
level 1s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll find out later on. Alright then, cool, what's next?
Alright. 1 Raigeki.
Raigeki, classical card, staple. How viable do you think Raigeki is in this format?
I mean, with all the pendulum cards out there, not so much. But in terms of like regular decks which don't have any pendulum monsters, I say it's still a pretty good card. Raigeki, it clears out fields, so that's the best thing about it.
Yeah, it's true. Alright, cool.
Alright, after that, for draw power, trade in 2.
2 trade-ins. Ooh, I would have thought. I figured you would have done more, but that's fair. Discard 1 level 8 monster, draw 2 cards. Cool. And with all the searching in this deck, that should be really, really easy to use.
Alright, after that is the Melody of Awakening Dragon.
Melody of Awakening Dragon. Okay. Another new card. Now, this was discard 1 card, add up to 2 dragon-type monsters with 3,000 or more attack and 2,500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. Very, very specific conditions. Obviously, it's made for blue eyes, but can also search out alternative white dragon. It can't search out white spirit dragon, but I'm sure there's probably other things it could work with as well. That's really interesting. And in our last duel, I think is this guy holding a guitar? That's kind of cool. In his last duel,
Yeah, I forgot what card that is, but I think Kaiba has him as a monster where he uses the flutes. I think it's King of Dragoon or King of D. That's who that is.
It could be Lord of D, yeah, Lord of D. What was I say? Yeah, in our last duel, you played this card to search out 2 dragon type monsters, then played it with trading, and that was really, really good.
Yeah, usually with this card, you want to search out 1 Blue Eyes alternative and 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Cool. So how many of these do you run?
I run 3 of these.
3 of those, alright.
Alright.
What?
1, Where Art Thou? Huh?
Where art thou? No, I was just thinking about something. Go on. So where art thou?
Where art thou?
I've seen this card. I've seen this card before. Or where art thou? I've seen this card before. I'm not sure how old it is, but I've got to remind myself what it does. And it does, if you control a face-up level 1 monster, add 1 level 1 monster from your deck to your hand. During the end phase of this turn, take 2,000 damage. If you did not, normal summon the added monster or a card with the same name after activating this card. So obviously this searches out many different cards from your deck. And do you often find yourself having to take that damage? Or are you, does it not really matter?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I have to look out, see how many life points I have. Usually it doesn't matter if you're just starting out and using this card. But, it's been pretty good. That's why I only run like 1 of it. Searches out most of your tuners.
Cool.
1 Terraforming.
Terraforming? Now there's an interesting engine because, I know where this is going. In fact, let me let you say what the next couple of cards are, then I'll talk about what that is.
Alright. 2 Twin Twisters.
2 Twin Twisters, okay. Now,
2 Silver's Cry.
Now, do you prefer Twin Twister over MST in this format?
Yes, because this card is very viable when monsters are in your graveyard, and it works pretty well. If you discard, say for example, 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon. No, actually no. This card works really well if you discard Ancient Whitestone, because Ancient Whitestone can work as an MST as well if you use its effect to bring out White Spirit Dragon. White Spirit Dragon is when he comes out in the end phase, he gets to banish the back row.
So let me see this. So you play Twin Twister, discard Ancient Whitestone, then destroy 2 spell cards on the field. Then Ancient Whitestone, during the end phase it's sent to the graveyard. You can special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck. Then you can special summon, say, White Spirit Dragon, you say. And when this card is normal or special summon...
Ancient Whitestone, it can actually bring out White Spirit Dragon.
White Spirit
Dragon's effect is to pretty much banish 1 card.
Yeah, so
back row.
When that special summon, you banish 1 card that your opponent controls. And yeah, that's really, really cool. So you're
that all happens in the end phase too, which is even better.
That is really, really cool. And particularly being able to banish some of these pendulum monsters, that would be really, really nice against them.
Oh man, I can't tell you how many people have quit because I took out their whole pendulum scale with that card. Jeez.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna enjoy this deck because that's what I need to do. I need to make these people cry. I need to. Yeah. MSTing.
The good thing about White Spirit Dragon too is that he's a normal monster. He's considered a normal monster in the hand or the grave.
Right.
Which is how this next card is Silver's Cry. I'm running 2 of those.
Oh yeah.
Bring him out too.
Cool. So you can bring. Oh, so you can bring him out quite frequently then. You can bring. You can special summon.
Works each time he's brought back as well.
You can special summon him with Ancient White Stone. You can special summon him with Gospel or Revival. And you've got a Silver Scry 2, which is a quick play spell. That's really, really good.
Yep.
Really good.
Alright. 2 Mausoleum, sorry.
That's it, Mausoleum. That's how you say it. 2 Mausoleum. Right, now here's an interesting card. I had no idea they gave you field spell support for a blue, eyes, white deck, so let me read this one out. During your main phase, you can normal summon 1 level 1 light tuner in addition to your normal summon slash set. Really easy for making those rank 9 players. You can only do it once per turn, of course. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster you control, send 1 normal monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, that target gains attack and defense equal to that monster's level in the graveyard times 100 until the end of this turn. Do you use that very often?
I do actually. With Sage Knight, if you have this field spell on the field,
Yep.
you summon Sage Knight, he searches out for Maiden, and then I use its effect to pretty much target Maiden. That way she brings out a blue eyes, and then plays.
So it's not necessarily about the attack boost or sending a card from your graveyard. It's more about being able to target Maiden and then trigger her effect off.
Yep.
That's cool.
Sometimes I actually do use it to bring blue eyes into the graveyard as well. Say for example, I draw too many gospel revivals or too many silver scries.
Interesting.
That usually comes out in handy.
Interesting. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add 1 burst stream of destruction from your deck to your hand. When I read that, I was like, that's insane. But I'm gonna guess you're not actually running that in this deck.
I'm not.
That's a shame.
For the last 2 cards, it's Chicken Game.
Chicken Game. Now, I wanted to talk to you about this one, because as soon as you said Terraform, Man, I knew you was going to talk about Chicken Game, because you mentioned on a comment, or you commented on my video not too long ago saying I should try out Chicken Game myself. And I've been trying to actually figure out how to work it in. In fact, what I was actually planning to do this evening was actually to build a version of my Archfiend deck which runs the Monarch's Dominion, and then have Chicken Game in there, so maybe do it as a draw engine. Can you sell Chicken Game to me? Can you tell me about how good it is? Because I'm on the fence with it. I like it. I think it's a decent, okay 1-for-1, and it's a nice that it's searchable. But then you've also got other cards like Upstart Goblin, which are very, very similar, and other 1-for-1 cards, which are also really quite good. So why is Chicken Game so good?
I just see Chicken Game really well. For one, you draw cards.
Yeah.
That's a must. And your opponent can use it as well, but if you switch it out with Mausoleum, they won't be able to use that field spell. I don't know, with Chicken Game, I feel like it's come clutch for me as well. Because not too long ago, I faced a couple of OTK decks, and because I used Chicken Game, my life points were lower than theirs. They could not OTK me unless they actually used the spell and get their life points lower than mine.
I see.
I don't know. I just see Chicken Game as what's that one card that both players draw? I think it's called One Day of Peace.
Yeah.
Pretty much, I just see it as that, but better because it's number one, it's searchable, which is a plus.
That is a big,
and
huge.
2, yeah.
So why the ratio?
Basically, the gist of it.
So you've got the ratio of 1 Terraforming, 2 Chicken Game, and 2 Light Mausoleum. Does that work really well for you, or have you ever messed around with saying having 3 Chicken Games or 3 Light Mausoleum and then one of the other one, or more Terraformers in your deck?
I tried 3 Mausoleums, but sometimes it could be like a really brick hand. Sometimes I've had a lot of brick hands with 3 Mausoleum. It's come out as a dead draw for the most part.
Cool.
Why I run 2 Chicken Games.
Cool.
What about it balances out the other 2?
What about more Terraformers, or is the 1 enough?
I feel as though the 1 is enough because I find myself drawing into the field spells. No matter, I may switch out Terraforming with another trade-in. Since I have a lot of level 8s.
I mean, you've got a very, very good draw engine and a very good searching engine in this deck anyway, as it is, because so you might not need as many Terraformers as many other people. But yeah, no, that's cool. Jalen says for the extra deck, look up number 15 XYZ monster. Pretty much silent on the art for rank 8 suggestion. Let's have a quick look at that. Is it NO15? No, is it number 15? Number 15. Oh yeah, Gimmick Puppet Grinder. Yeah, I remember that guy. That was in Legacy of the Jordis 2. Up to twice per turn during your main phase 1, you can detach 1 XE material from this card. Then special summon. Then target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls. Destroy it. and then if it was an XE monster, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack. That could be good to win games. I could see that for working for sure.
I definitely side that, if anything.
Cool. Jalen says that he despises chicken game because he loses it to it so much. That's interesting. It's interesting. I almost feel like I see chicken game so much. I almost feel like any deck that I run now with a field spell card in, I should consider running chicken game as well. But I just haven't been. I need more experience with it first before I even draw to that conclusion. All right, dude. So do you use an extra deck with this deck?
Yep, we're gonna get right into that right now.
Cool.
First extra deck monster is Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon.
I like this card. I really like this card. Let me find it out. There it is. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. As soon as I saw that, I was like, Cyber Twin Dragon. What? But Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. It is a contact fusion. You send 2 Blue Eyes White Dragon cards from your field to the graveyard, so you don't actually use polymerization. You can't special summon any other ways. Cannot be destroyed by battle, which is dumb. I don't know why it has that effect or needs to have that effect. This card can make up 2 attacks on the monsters. Wait. Why does it written like that? This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. That's confusing. So can it just attack 2 times per turn, or can it attack the same monster twice? What's it saying?
Pretty much. I don't know if you know which number 95 Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon is, but it's pretty much the same as that, where it attacks any monster on the field. Say for example, your opponent, you know, he summons a bunch of monsters on the field.
Right.
He has the whole field full of monsters. Pretty much, he could attack twice, as long as they're monsters.
So can he attack each monster twice, or is it just twice?
He can
altogether
attack each monster twice.
Wow.
You can choose which monsters you want to attack, pretty much.
So, let's say I have 5 monsters in the field. You can attack each of those monsters twice each, in case they don't get destroyed.
No. He only attacks twice. But
right. Right. So you can attack a maximum of 2 times. Okay, cool. Pain.
What I like about this card is that it's pretty much an out to Beals.
Oh yeah. Let me see the end of it. At the end of the damage step, when this card attacks an opponent's monster, you can banish that opponent's monster on the field. Yep, that counts as Bills. Then you need to be able to counter Bills in this day and age.
It's also an out to beat stick that are a lot higher than this monster as well, since it can't be destroyed by battle.
Can that work against that new Quantum monster?
I believe so. I don't remember what its effect is, but yes,
let me look it up.
It should be able to.
It's like a level 12 rank monster, Super Quantum something. Super Quantum Mech King Great Magnus. That's one hell of a name. And do you know what? Because it's like all kind of like a Gundam, I should actually love that card. If this card, maybe I should build this deck next. Oh, hang on. Payne says Contact Fusion. Contact Fusion in Yugioh is an unofficial term, and the idea is that instead of using polymerization, as long as the monsters are on the field, they can just fuse together. Think of like Dragon Ball Z, where they do the whole dance and connect to each other. Same thing, but you don't actually need an extra card for it. Let me see.
Yep, that's pretty much what Twin Burst Dragon is.
Super Quantum Mech King. You blah 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 blah. Its effects is once per turn during having player blah blah. You can shuffle 1 card on the deck. Well, that's difficult because he can just shuffle it back into the deck. But yeah, it might be able to get rid of it if you're smart enough to play around it. No, it's his form or it is unaffected by card effects, so no, actually it doesn't work. That's a shame because that card is stupidly strong. But no. So how many Twin Burst Dragons do you run?
I only run 1.
Just the one of them. Okay.
Only
cool.
1 is needed.
All right. What's next?
All right. Then we're running 2 Azure Eye Silver Dragon.
0 Eyes Silver Dragon. 0 Eyes or Silver. Azure. Sorry, my bad. Alright, 2 of those. When this card is special summoned, dragon type monsters you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So you combine this with a different synchro monster and it protected itself from being destroyed. That was cool.
Yep. And that monster is Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon.
Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Now this card saw a lot of play in our duel. How many copies of those do you run?
I only run 2.
2 copies of those. This seems Is this your go-to monster for synchros? Is this like the one you always go to first?
Yeah, for the synchro part of it. Yeah.
AK says, hey, how you doing, AK? Good to see you, man. Neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at a time. Now, in our duel, you got this out on the very, very first turn. You went to a great length to actually get this out on the first turn. I had a feeling that maybe you were trying to set up a game, or maybe that's something you normally do to kind of counter Pendulum decks or Cosmo decks, which like to special summon many, many monsters at one time. Am I right in thinking that?
Now the thing with its effect is it's pretty much meant for pendulum decks since they use their pendulum scales to pendulum summon monsters at the same time. At keyword the same time.
Yes.
But if a person decides to special summon twice in a game, it's not really gonna. It's gonna work regardless. But this is a good card for pendulum decks. Though.
So if you were to, I mean, we're going to talk about the turn by turns in a minute, but if you were to start up a game, and let's say you didn't know what your opponent was running, would you try to get that card out first, just in case?
Yes, because if say for example there's a card that targets it, it's one of its effects is that it activates, pretty much attributes itself and it summons another synchro monster, pretty much negating that targeting effect.
Yeah,
it's pretty good in some cases.
It causes it to whiff. Yeah, that was pretty good. I was gonna actually try to steal it with falling down, but I saw that effect. I was like, I can't actually target that card. That's not gonna be any good for me. All right, cool. What's next?
Next is Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon.
Okay, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Now this was the level 8 tuning we were talking about before. How many copies of this do you run, sir?
I only run one.
We only run one of those.
Is pretty much all you need.
Yeah, Killer AK says, did you guys play already? Yes, we did play already, dude. But if you want to see us play again, I'm sure we're down to play again in a minute.
Oh yeah, of course.
Alright, so talk to me about Crystal Wing. Why is this in the deck?
Well, pretty much there's a combo in this deck where you use Sage Knight and Maiden when they're on the field together with another Blue Eyes. Pretty much you go into Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. Use his effect to go into Michael, which we're gonna add later on. Michael is a level 7. You can use him to banish one card on the field, and then use him as synchro material with Maiden and go into Crystal Wing.
Interesting.
Now, the thing about Crystal Wing is that you need a non-tuner synchro monster and one tuner, so you pretty much need synchro monsters as material to summon his bad.
Oh, I see. But can you bring that out with Spirit Dragon's effect? No, it's not light. It's wind.
You can't. That is why you go into Michael, the light one.
Cool.
Arch light one.
Cool. All right then.
Yep. Next up, we have Spark Dragon.
Hang on, Jalen's asking, no Red Eyes Darkness Metal.
No, you don't really need Red Eyes Darkness Metal because he can come out as a dead draw for the most part. I can't see him viable at all in this deck at all.
Fair enough.
Banish one of your Blue Eyes to bring him out. There's not that many dragon cards in this deck, either way. So.
All right, Jalen, there you have it. All right, what was the next one?
For the next one we have Stardust Spark Dragon.
Stardust Spark Dragon. Let's have a look. Alright, so this is the alternative version to Stardust. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can target one face-up monster card you control. Once per turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Why is that in this deck, dude?
Because Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, he could go into Stardust Spark Dragon.
So if you need something that can protect itself, there you go. You have that as an option.
Yep.
Cool.
Next up, our last synchro monster is Michael, the Arch Light Sworn.
Michael, the Arch Light Sworn. Now, I'm gonna take a stab here as to guess why that's in this deck, but then you can correct me if I'm wrong. Now, Michael can be summoned as a target, or can be a target for Blue Eye Spirit Dragon because it's a light dragon type synchro monster, and it also fits the criteria for that. It has a decent effect, which is to banish one card on the field, and the rest of it is kind of irrelevant. We don't even really, I don't know if you really even care about sending cards from the top of your deck in this deck too much. It could probably...
No, because I just use him as synchro material for Crystal Wing synchro.
Yeah, so
basically it. But I love going into him because That's what Blue Eye Spirit Dragon does. It goes into him. I banish one card, and then I go into Crystal Wing, which is awesome.
Yeah. So because he's a level 7, you can use any of your level 1s with him, level 1 tuners, and then go into Crystal Wing, and it's just more negation. It is. I'm starting to really see the full picture, dude. Thank you so much for doing this. It is really, really good. Akinaria K says he hates the way that Spark Dragon looks. Dude, what you gonna get, Spark Dragon, man? Don't be hating on Spark Dragon. Look at his swag. Come on. All right, come on. All right, we got slot for 7 more cards.
All right, next up are all the XYZ monsters I have. So first off, we have Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon.
All right, the Galaxy Eyes. These are another set of cards which I'm still unfamiliar with. Galaxy Eyes. Am I right in thinking that these are a archetype which is used by one of the characters in one of the shows?
Yes, I forget what his name is, but he kind of has like a Super Saiyan type hairstyle.
Oh,
he's actually one of the characters in Legacy of the Duelist.
He's the hero, right? He's the main character.
No, he's one of the characters, but he's not the main hero. He's in I believe he's in Zael. His actual.
Oh, okay. I'm so unfamiliar, but yeah, I know who you're talking about. He looks like a Super Saiyan. A lot of people like to choose that avatar online, and they can see the Duelist.
Yeah.
All right, so Tachyon Dragon. What's good about him?
Pretty much he's just your regular level 8. Rank 8 Xyz monster. Pretty much you go into him with two level 8s. Usually I use Blue Eyes, alternative or
hang on,
Spirit Dragon.
Have I got the wrong one? I see rank 9.
Oh no, you're looking at the wrong one. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Galaxy Eyes Tachyon. It's pretty much a red.
Oh yeah. It looks like a version of Red Eyes Darkness Metal. That's it. My bad.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Pretty much he's your link to all the other rank 8 monsters. So he's not really that important, but he's pretty much your starting point to going into the other Galaxy Eyes monsters.
Cool.
So you would rank you XCs into him, and then he XCs into any of these other monsters I'm about to tell you right now.
Thank you, Akila. Thank you, Akila. Okay, he said it's used by Kite, Yuma's rival. Interesting.
Kite. There we go. That's it.
I have. Oh, what? Hang on, Kite. It's used by him. That's the guy that's just as a Super Saiyan. Let me Google images this 1 second. I don't know the Zeal or Zexal storyline. Is it Kite Tenjo? Sorry, ARCHFIENDS. That's what he's called. That's the Super Saiyan dude. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Do you know what? I have not really ever. I didn't even do the campaign for ARCHFIENDS in the on the Legacy of the Duelist. I actually just only used it to farm cards and whatnot. So I really don't know the story. But if anyone's seen it and if they think it's good, I might watch it. I've just finished JoJo, so I need to actually find something else to watch. All right, dude. Sorry, what was the next card?
The next card is Titanic. It's Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy. So just search up Hope Harbinger.
Okay, let me see if I can try to spell this one. Harbinger. Let me start from there. Hope Harbinger. There we go. These card names are getting so ridiculously long. Go on. Alright.
Yeah.
This is a card I don't think I've seen before, to be honest with you, actually.
It's actually one of the new ones. Pretty much he negates any spell that's activated.
I like it.
Any spell or trap card that's activated.
How fast do you think you can bring a card like this out onto the field? Could you get this out in turn 1?
Yeah, you actually can. Pretty much you go into Galaxy Eyes Tachyon, the one I just showed you, and then pretty much goes into him. No, actually no. He's actually a level. You can actually go into him with 2 Blue Eyes. It's actually.
Yeah, because
two level 8s.
One thing which I've seen with a lot of decks is they like to go into Naturia Beast because Naturia Beast is able to stop spell cards, which of course counters a lot of Pendulum decks and a lot of Monarch decks as well because they also use a lot of spell cards. So getting him out in the first turn, if it's feasible, would be awesome. If you
can get him out.
If you know your opponent's running that kind of deck, absolutely. Cool.
Best way to probably get him out is with Mausoleum and Maiden of White, Eyes of Blue, and if you have an alternative in your hand, that's even better.
Yeah, absolutely.
But The next card is Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon.
Galaxy Eyes Full Armored Photon Dragon. Cool. 3 level 8 monsters this time, a bit more costly. You can summon it by using a Galaxy Eyes monster, so I guess that you can use Tachyon as material. And then once per turn, you can target up to 2 equipped cards, equipped to this card, attach them to this card. I guess we don't really care about that. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card and target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, destroy it. I guess that's really important, but also the fact that it has 4,000 bloody attack. What the hell? Wow.
And good thing about him is he goes into another XYZ monster.
Oh,
He
God.
uses himself as material to go into another XYZ.
Oh, damn.
Which is,
Let's see what this
rank
is.
9. So the last Galaxy Eyes Dragon is Galaxy Eyes Dark Matter Dragon.
Dark Matter Dragon, the famous dragon which I've heard so much about. Do you know what? I have never... I don't want to brag too much, but I have never ever lost to this dragon. I have played maybe like 10 Dark Eyes Galaxy Dark Matter Dragon decks, and I've been able to BS my way out of all of them somehow. But I've heard so much about this card. I've heard like, oh, it's a game winner. It wins so quickly and whatnot, and I totally believe it. I absolutely believe it. I just get too lucky. But yeah, this card is legendary.
It's really good because one of its effects, once it's summoned on the field, you send 3 dragon type monsters to the graveyard. And I'm thinking Ancient Whitestone,
Yeah,
and
true.
once you do that, your opponent has to banish 3 cards.
That's so dumb. I hate this game so much, man. So
Its
dumb.
second effect is if you detach 1 XT's material, he gets to attack twice. Well, 2 monsters at least. He can't actually attack directly twice. But
Konami, what are you
pretty
doing?
OP if he could though.
What are you doing, Konami? Do you know, I hate this game so much right now. I really, really hate this game. I still play it. I will still play it, and I always will, but I hate this game so much. Like, yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Give a person this really, really ridiculously OTK card, but I can't have more than 1 skill drain in my deck. Are you serious? A couple of comments here. Akira AK says Galaxy Photos are extremely powerful and it isn't that good. In my opinion, 5Ds was the last really good Yu-Gi-Oh art before it went to shit with Zexal and ARCHFIENDS. A lot of people think that, definitely. Payne says just so much in one game blows my mind. I can't play this competitively. Payne, you aren't the only one. I don't blame you, dude. This is actually something I've been not complaining about, but I've been saying quite a bit recently. Is Konami doesn't really do. Konami makes the game so broken, and it's still fun. It's still a lot of fun to play, but they make it so broken, and they've made the game so absurd that newer players they find it really, really hard to keep up. You know, it's really, really hard to keep.
The game is just too fast now. Like, it's crazy.
It is really, really dumb. And what annoys me is that Konami, they're attacking people like Dueling Network, trying to get rid of them when they're not even providing a decent product that provides that kind of middle ground. At least in the past, you could go start with, say, a Konami game. Let's say you want to get the new game on your phone, Duel Links. That game is really, really simple. You can only have 20 cards in your deck. You've only got 4,000 life points. It's designed to be very, very basic. You can't go from a simple game like that and start to play competitively. You're going to get blown the hell up. I know I'm totally ranting, but it does frustrate me with this game.
No, I agree. I completely agree.
It really, really makes me mad. And, you know, at least it means that someone like myself or Ravon619 or anyone who's making Yu-Gi-Oh content can actually help other newer players get to learn the game and whatnot. But myself, I've been playing this game for more than... I've been playing this game for more than 10 years. Like, on and off more than 10 years. And right now, I find it hard to keep up with this game. It's crazy. Alright, cool, man. What's the next card? We've got 3 more cards left.
The next... There's... Are there oh, yeah, there are 3. Okay, the next card is Dragluon for mirror matches, pretty much.
How do I spell that? Draguon.
Dragluon is D-R-A-G...
Yeah.
L-U-O-N.
Oh, okay. Dragluon. Okay, that's something I've never seen before either. Once per turn, if you control another monsters, you can detach 1 XE material, activate this effect, special summon 1 dragon type monster, cool, from your hand. Target 1 of your opponent controls, take it. Dragon type monsters your opponent controls cannot activate the effects until the end of your opponent's turn. So that's for the mirror match, as you said. If you're playing against other cards, you can take their monsters, or you can negate their effects.
Well, any dragon deck, actually. If I face any dragon deck, I could use this bad boy.
Cool, cool. What other types of dragon decks are there now? Are there many types of dragon decks these days?
Yeah, I've seen a couple of pendulum dragon decks.
Okay.
Morphage, something like that. I don't remember the actual names.
Cool, cool.
Yeah, they're called. I ran into a couple of Red Eyes decks as well.
Cool, cool.
Which are pretty decent.
They always have been.
And the last Xyz material, or the last extra monster in the extra deck is Heradic Sun Dragon.
Alright, I think I know this one. Yep, Overlord. Yep, he's pretty good. Tribute any number of monsters from your hand or side of the field and destroy an equal number of cards on the field. Do you use this much?
It's actually come out pretty clutch for me, actually. When a person decides to set out their whole back row before they're about to lose, I go into this guy and get rid of him.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, I've got my extra deck count at 14. I'm not 15, but
sorry about that. I forgot. Felgran. Who could forget Felgran?
Oh yeah, Felgran. Felgran. I love Felgran. I use him in one of my older decks called my level 8 trading deck. I absolutely love Felgran. I think he's just super, super good, and I think you use that really, really well.
Really good. The good thing about him, as you already found out, you could target Maiden with him.
Yep.
Out of Blue Eyes.
Target Maiden. Use him to use on Blue Eyes. He's just really, really versatile. Just an excellent card overall. Well, that's really, really cool. Payne says I might have to go soon. That's okay, Payne. Feel free to go. This is going to be archived, and if you want to play, you know I'm on PSN. I've got to update my PS Plus.
Yeah, thanks for joining the stream, man.
Thank you. I've got to update my PS Plus, so we can play online. But once that's done, that should only take a second or so. A Killer AK says, do you think Super Quantums are coming to Legacy in the winter update? I have no idea.
Most likely.
I think Konami should do the right thing and just update the game so that it's completely modern at the time of release. They shouldn't do what they released when they released Legacy of the Duels, because when they released Legacy of the Duels, it was already out of date. It was by the January 2015 format, and it came out in August. That wasn't smart. I don't really think so. But I have a feeling they might do the same thing again. But I have a strong feeling that they really, really want all of the new Dark Magician and all of the new Blue Eye support in Legacy of the Duelist, so that people get attracted to playing it because of the movie and so on and so forth, and the free games coming out this year. So I have a feeling that it will be, but I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. Effect Failure seems like it would be great in this archetype. Yeah, we did speak about that before, Jaden. Effect Failure seems like it can be really researched out well, and probably it would be something really worth putting into a side deck in case you thought Max C wasn't that useful. Alright, dude, so what I wanted to ask you about was a bit more about, let's say, the turn by turn thing in this deck. And also, I was wondering, I'm happy to play you again, but isn't there a spectate mode in Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy? Not Yu-Gi-Oh! DevPro?
There is, but I honestly no way of how to use it. Like I said, I'm really new to this. All I pretty much do is join ranked games, or I host an actual lobby.
Well, maybe if you host, and maybe I can find a way to spectate a duel, and then you can talk to me about like what your plan is and how you counter certain decks. Because I only have the one deck at the moment, and I would love to see what you do against, say, some more of the meta decks, and how this deck kind of works against them. But we'll get into that later on. That's for the time being in the future. What I wanted to ask you about is like just opening plays for this game deck. What kind of things are you? I'll see you later, Payne. Thank you very much for tuning in. What is it that you would hope to get, and what would be an idle hand in your first turn? And do you prefer to go first or second?
Usually I prefer to go second because, like I said, one good card to start off with is Maxi, and usually when a person goes first, they choose to swarm their whole field with special summon monsters. So that's where Maxi comes great into play. I've
noticed that. Yes, yeah, Payne. I'll hit me up on PSN anytime, no problem. Yeah, Maxi. Yeah, I've recently started running a full set of Maxi in my own decks, and I think it's almost a necessity. And yeah, when your other players go first, they do tend to just like to special summon like crazy, and that way you can get like a ton of advantage for your efforts. Cool.
Yep, and another good thing about Max C is sometimes you can stop a person's play. Like it's pretty much their choice, their decision if they want to let you continue to draw countless cards.
Yeah, it's got that kind of mind game effect to it. If your opponent sees you playing Maxine, they might think, "Oh, I actually don't want to give you all of those options in your first turn, so I won't special summon for this turn. I will just stop and slow it down." Do you ever run into any issues with running multiple copies of Maxi, or is 3 a good number for you?
It's pretty much a great card. I've not had problems drawing it at all yet.
Fair enough.
To be honest with you.
Fair enough. That's good to know. I've been wondering whether 3 or 2 is the best one, and maybe 3 is the way to go for sure. Cool. So you want to have a copy of Maxi at least. What else do you want in your opening play?
I definitely want Sage Knight.
Sage Knight. Okay.
Sage Knight and Mausoleum in the same hand. That's a perfect hand right there.
Cool. Well, how would you use those together?
Mausoleum, you get to. Well, honestly, it doesn't really matter as long as you have them in your hand and you activate Mausoleum. So pretty much here's what I mean. You can summon Sage Knight, search out a maiden with Eyes of Blue, and then use Mausoleum to double summon her. Or you could just activate Mausoleum first, and then summon Sage Knight, and then search out maiden, summon her as your second summon.
So
which all works fine.
So let me get this straight. So you would start with Sage Knight. When that's normal summon, you can add 1 level 1 Light Tuner from your deck to your hand. So that would bring out Maiden Light Mausoleum. You can normal summon another Light Tuner again, so you have those 2 Light Tuners on the field. And then you can target 1 face-up monster you control, send 1 normal monster from your deck to the graveyard, so send a Blue Eyes from your deck. Then that will trigger Maiden with Eyes of Blue, special summon another Blue Eyes from your graveyard, hand, or deck. Would you go for alternative, or would you go for a normal Blue Eyes?
Well, Maiden, she can't summon Blue Eyes. That's the thing with Alternative Dragon. You have to for him to work, you have to actually summon him with another Blue Eyes in your hand. But once that happens, you can use Maiden to summon that version of Alternative again. If, say for example, he goes to the graveyard.
So give or take, you'll do that, but then you probably summon another copy of the normal version of Blue Eyes White Dragon. So you start off your field with having 1 Sage Knight, 1 Maiden, and 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon and Light Mausoleum on the field, which is really, really awesome.
Right.
Then I guess you would go into some kind of rank summon, not rank summon, some synchro summon.
Yes, I'll probably try to go for Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, depending on the situation. If my opponent has a bunch of back row on the field, I try to go for Michael, banish one of his back row, and then go for Crystal Wing.
Between Sage Knight,
Crystal Wing has a pretty neat effect too, by the way. His effect is if a monster activates this effect, he can pretty much negate it. Depending on, it doesn't even matter where they are. They could be on the field, in the hand, in the graveyard.
That's really, really awesome. Between if you in that situation when you have Sage Knight and Maiden on the field, which one of those 2 would you use for the synchro summon? Would you use the Sage Knight and leave Maiden on the field in case you can activate again, or would you use the Maiden and leave Sage Knight on the field?
I'll always pretty more than likely go for Sage Knight.
Yep.
Because after his effect's been dealt with, he's pretty much useless on the field.
Gotcha.
So you want to use him as synchro material.
Gotcha. So
if you don't want to bring out Maiden, you could also bring out Ancient Whitestone. Because if Ancient Whitestone gets sent to the graveyard, end phase you get to summon a Blue Eyes monster, whether it be regular vanilla or it be White Spirit Dragon to clear out back row.
That's cool. That's cool. That's a really, really strong opening play, because then you've got a load of options with that rank 9s. And if you go to your rank 9, you can get out Spirit Dragon, use that as floodgate, as pendulum control if you wanted to, or then you contribute it to get another light white dragon such as Michael out, and then Michael could be used again with the Maiden that's still on the field to go into Spark Dragon or into Crystal Wing Dragon, and then you've got that as an option as well. It's just lots of little combos there. That's really, really interesting. That's cool. So that's kind of what you do in the first turn or so. Let's talk about matchups. What does your deck change at all in the way it plays depending on what the matchup is, or is it kind of consistent no matter what you're doing?
It's for the most it's consistent. Whoever I'm playing, it's really good against Monarchs too. I like to point out
I
because Monarchs it does stop extra deck summoning, but however it won't stop the sticks of Blue Eyes being summoned onto the field from your hand, which is good.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you
I ran
about
into a couple of
Monarchs.
Monarchs and won a couple of those.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you like I find I was reading a really good article on TCG Player, a Yu-Gi-Oh website, which is well, it's not a Yu-Gi-Oh website. It's a site for many different trading card games, but they have a Yu-Gi-Oh sub website where they write articles. And one article was saying that if you want to play a road deck, you have to be able to deal with Cosmos, you have to be able to deal with Pendulums, you have to be able to deal with Monarchs. If you can't deal with those three things, there's no point running your deck. And so I want to ask you, how does this deck work against Pendulums? How does it work against Cosmos? How does it work against Monarchs? What advantages does it have?
Well, against Pendulum decks, this deck is pretty heavy on back row control. Like I said, if you scroll down to Hope Harbor, one of your XYZ monsters, he pretty much negates Pendulum. Say for example, somebody wants to put something in the Pendulum skill, he can negate that. He can stop, regular spell cards. He's good for that.
Which monster was that again?
Then we have the two twin twisters.
That's
Pretty much get
Harbinger.
rid of
Yeah. Sorry, no, I was just trying to work out
pretty
what
much.
monster it was again. And there's Harbinger. Harbinger can negate spell cards.
Yeah.
Cool. And then you've got two twin twisters, which obviously are good for pendulum control, destroying those
Yep.
spells.
And it works well with Ancient Whitestone too. If somebody has like an extra trap or spell card in their back row,
Yeah.
pop a White Spirit Dragon, pop that back row, and pretty much clear the field.
Cool. Cool.
And then for our last back row destruction, obviously Overlord, pretty good for that too.
What about Monarchs? Monarchs typically they would summon something like, I don't know, Idia on their first turn, get out Eidos. They can do extra tribute summoning in their turn, play Dominion, so lock off your extra deck. How do you counter those types of plays where your extra deck is locked off and they're summoning crazy monsters like whatever that Heavenly Monarch is and Erebus as well?
Pretty much if they lock down the field with their field spell where I can't go to my extra deck, I'm pretty much counting basically on my Ancient Whitestones, my regular Blue Eyes, pretty much beat sticks to get rid of to swarm the field and get rid of their monsters and get through their life points as quickly as possible, pretty much.
Cool.
Before they pull some crazy plays.
Does this deck work well if it's been reduced to very few resources? And let's say you got a graveyard full of monsters because your opponent sent them to the graveyard, but let's say you've only got, let's say, I want to say about 3 cards between your hand and the field. Is that a done game for you, or are you still able to make a comeback depending on what the cards are?
Well, it depends whether or not I have Ancient Whitestone in my graveyard. If I have Ancient Whitestone in my graveyard, I could banish him, pop 1 Blue Eyes from my graveyard into my hand, and that pretty much works really well. If I have trade in, I could draw some cards, or if I have an alternative White Dragon, I could special summon him out.
Nice.
And, pick up from there.
Then you've got tons of revival using, say, Gospel of Revival. You've got Silver's Cry, which is also good for recycling those cards. Got lots of good options when your back is against the ropes here. What about Cosmos? Do you have much experience playing against Cosmos?
I've only won a couple of games against Cosmos. Cosmos seems to be really OP for some reason.
They are. Cosmos are so... Like, you want to talk about dumb? Cosmos are dumb. Like, straight up,
Yeah.
Cosmos are stupidly dumb. Like, having Farm Girl out...
I've had better games facing them with Cyber Dragon, since they're machine types. I could always go for Chimera Tech Fortress.
Yeah.
But with this deck, it's kind of hard because they just summoning after summoning, and it's like
They're stupidly strong. I couldn't believe it when I only first played the Cosmo deck a few days ago, and when my opponent had Farm Girl out, they had Farm Girl out in the field. Then I think they attacked me. They added 1 Cosmo card from their hand to the deck, and then they special summoned it to the field during the same battle phase. And I was just like, wow, this is broken. This is just straight up broken. But nothing you can do really about that. But that's cool. That's cool, man.
Cosmos, I tend to go for Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. He's like your best chance against facing those monsters. because he negates effects one for one, and if they got out, I don't know, say for example a beat stick out, his attack actually goes up if he faces a level 5 or higher.
You know, it's a shame that we couldn't get more crystal wings in this deck, because it seems like you've been talking about that card quite a bit, and it's a shame that we couldn't have more ways to bring it out onto the field. But it still seems, nonetheless, seems like a really good addition to this deck.
However, you can bring him out with Gospel Revival if he's in your graveyard already, which
That's
is
true.
great. And Gospel Revival's effect with you know, if they get destroyed or whatever, you can negate it with Gospel Revival and banish it instead.
That is very true. Well, this is awesome, dude. I'm gonna save this 1 second. I'm gonna score this Toby 1018 BEWD deck. That is awesome. I'm definitely going to be messing around with this deck myself in the near future and trying to learn from it. So thank you so much for sharing that. I'm going to play a quick ad. I'm going to play a quick ad real quick, and you and I, we can chat while the ad's running on to what we're going to do next. So bear with us, folks, and we'll see you in a second. Alright, dude. So what do you want to try doing now? Do you want to play another game against each other, or do you want to have a go at playing against some other people on DevPro and me spectating, and you commentating and saying what you want to do?
We can run one more duel. Why not?
Cool. Alright then, let's do that again. And then
Alright, I actually added you on this.
Yeah, I saw you. I saw you. I saw you sent me a dual request, but you know I've never done that before. Oh, I've got to close this window first. Yeah, I don't know how to add friends, because I saw that there was a friend list, but.
So go to chat beta.
1 second. Let me open that again, and let me just check if the ad's still up. Ad's still up for some people. Chat beta. Yep.
And then where it says search in the bottom right, you just search out my name, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And there it is.
What was your thing name?
Right click my name. It's Iron Man 1018.
Iron Man 1018. 1018. Nothing's coming up.
Iron.
Do I need to?
Did it not come up?
No. I put it in the search box. Do I need to log into a channel first?
Yes, you have to go into channel.
1 second. Then channel list. I'll go to English, I guess.
Yes.
Or I can create my own channel if I wanted to. Alright then, so Iron Man. Oh yeah, there you are. You're in that one. And then,
yep, and then
right
click me, and then
add to friends.
You could, yeah.
And that's cool. That's easy. And yeah, there's a spectate option. I could spectate what you're doing there. Alright, cool. Alright, let's play against each other first, and then maybe I'll do some spectating afterwards. Guys, I'll tell you what I'm going to ask you to do. Iron Man 1018, if you want to talk to people a little bit about what you do and talk about your Twitch stuff, feel free to promote yourself a bit. I'm going to use the restroom real quick, and I'll be back in a minute.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Mr. Toby here. How's it going? I don't really know what much to say. I stream on Twitch if you guys want to follow me there. If you watch Twitch at all. Pretty much I stream games like Dragon Ball Z Verse, and what else do I stream? I used to stream Legacy of the Duelist, but since that game is pretty, like, you know, outdated, I've been away from it for a little while. I played Naruto. I haven't streamed that yet, but yeah, pretty much it. And if you're new to the stream, make sure to headbutt that subscribe button for TheArnoldsPlay here. Might just stop playing Legacy and just play Arc B Tag Force. Yeah, I feel you on that, man. Legacy is just too outdated nowadays. Still a good game though. I'm just waiting on it to get updated, and I'll probably hop back on there again. But yeah, I'm about to duel good old Arnold here and get another duel going. Blue Eyes deck against whichever deck he has. talk about myself, well, pretty much, I'm in the Army. I'm stationed in Fort Eustis, Virginia. Love Yu-Gi-Oh, obviously. I actually know I have a love-hate relationship with Yu-Gi-Oh. Like all this meta format stuff, that's the part I hate about it. But just the fact that it's Yu-Gi-Oh, that's the reason I love it. But yeah. Steam chat is very slow, but do you have a YouTube? I do have a YouTube. But I haven't been able to upload videos lately. But if you want to search me out, it's Mr. Space Toby 1018. Toby is spelled Tobi. I wonder how good Harpy decks are in this format.
Me too. Me too. I was thinking about what I'm gonna
You
do.
just caught my attention when you talked about it earlier, and I was like,
I wanted to talk about. I wanted to try them again. I was gonna do them after I've done my ARCHFIENDS. See what they're like, because obviously you can run things like anti-spell fragrance with them, and they've got lots of back row destruction. And because they swarm so much, you can do tons of synchro summoning. The only
and with the new solemn cards, the new solemn setup,
absolute.
I feel like it'd be pretty beneficial in there.
Absolutely, me too. All right. I'm just gonna assume the stream's okay. It says it's live on here. What's going on? Okay, just getting crashing now. What the hell?
Yeah, it's loading on my phone. I have a love-hate relationship with you. Okay, never mind. We're good.
I wanted to. I can hear.